Space Sheriff Sharivan is basically Season 2 of Space Sheriff Gavan. You still got the great sci-fi action set pieces and visuals, which are a bit more polished this time around, and there's even some wackier episode concepts from time to time to keep things interesting, but sadly, due to a change of protagonists from Dan Iga to Retsu, makes the show a lot weaker for me. I know it's nearly impossible to follow up a Kenji freaking Oba character in terms of the main protagonist status of a Showa Tokusatsu show, but despite Dan's dramatic struggles with learning he's one of the descendants of a destroyed planet, I never really cared for him like Retsu. It doesn't help that Retsu is in this show as a side character, even helping Sharivan defeat the final boss in the final episode. Looking back, I think Sharivan took the coward's way out in making the first sequel entry for the Metal Heroes franchise. It just chose to be more of the same from last time to a fault, instead of experimenting with tone or style of the last series. I'm not opposed to the idea of doing a direct sequel show in Tokusatsu franchises. I think Ultraman Dyna is better than Tiga, and even if it's a sequel to Zenkaiger in the loosest sense, Dawn Brothers is the best thing to ever happen. Granted, those shows came decades after Sharivan, with different creative staff to those sequels to add their own spin to the next installment, and as far as I can tell, a lot of the same Gavan crew continued to work on Sharivan, which makes sense for a show at Tokusatsu. A lot of the same people came in and out of 70s Kamen Rider, and Sentai had the same head writer for over a decade. But even outside of that, I just find it hard to recommend Sharivan to the average Tokusatsu enjoying Joe, since a lot of the setup for Sharivan happens at the end of Gavan, so you need to watch Gavan to enjoy Sharivan to the fullest, but I'm not sure if a Gavan fan will enjoy Sharivan because the characters they've been following for 40 plus episodes are just not the focus anymore, pushed to the side for a new cast. And that new cast never really formed their own identity or did anything special to stand out from the last cast. Sharivan is certainly not a well-regarded classic like Gavan to me, but there's still some value to be wrung from the show if you give it a chance despite its obtuse appeal. I just wish I could have found some. Special thanks to my patrons for making these videos happen, like Gillustrations, Cola Robobi, Alex Dreaded Cypher, Zai of America, Mr. Falcon Punch, Riddler Randy, Titanium Rocket, Pac Jeff, and Jack Rocket.